Just because the Bruen ruling struck down good cause requirements for concealed carry permits doesn't mean that blue states aren't trying other creative ways of keeping guns out of the hands of law-abiding citizens. Several states have adopted good moral character clauses, which are intentionally broad and vague, and which apparently give the police the ability to revoke gun permits over subjective rudeness. At least that's what has happened to a man in California who recently defended his wife and 5-month-old baby from a pair of armed attackers. The police didn't cite the gun use as their reason for revoking his permit. They said it was because he yelled at the officers when they showed up. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is brought to you today by Blackout Coffee Company. Their holiday sale is now live, which means you can get great coffee, support the Second Amendment, and take 25% off your order with code BLACKFRIDAY25 at checkout. To get your coffee, tea, or hot chocolate today and help support the channel, go to blackoutcoffee.com/LibertyDoll. According to Vince Ricci, he had just gotten home from the gym on November 4th when two armed men jumped over the wall around his home into his driveway. They had guns and tried to force their way into his house. Knowing his wife and 5-month-old baby were inside, he chose to draw his gun and fire on the men. The attack was caught on camera and literally happened at his front door. His actions saved his family that day, and at this point in time, he's not being charged with any crime. The incident comes after his house was also broken into back in June, and a couple months before that, criminals broke into his car. He said a group of criminals has been targeting the neighborhood and had broken into his neighbor's house the night before the shootout. None of that surprises me given the reputation, we'll call it, that California has built for itself over the last few years. The state is overall taking a soft-on-crime approach, and I've already done some videos about some of the stuff going on over there. Like, for example, the DA that sends to juvie. The state is just a dirty place, what with the corrupt officials and the literal feces on the street. It's so bad that even big business chains like Walgreens and CVS and Target are literally moving away because shoplifting has become a hobby and favored pastime. So again, it's not the crime part of this situation that surprises me. Honestly, so far the most surprising part is the fact that this guy had a wall around his house. Anyways, I digress. According to Fox News, Ricci said that the sheriff's office called him up on Thursday morning to inform him that his concealed carry permit was revoked, and the sheriff said it was due to him yelling at Los Angeles police officers when they visited his home to investigate the shooting 3 days after the incident. Ricci had complained that the investigating officers had carried out what he called sloppy police work, including allegedly not picking up the casings scattered near his home as evidence. The LAPD has declined to comment on the case and won't confirm or deny the reasons for revoking his permit. It honestly wouldn't surprise me one bit if that really was the reason, as things like that happened back in Massachusetts all the time. Any little thing was used for police to say you were no longer a trusted, suitable person, and even printing could be used to revoke your license if someone complained about it. Before you even say it, let me stop you, because I know some of you will say that that isn't legal or constitutional, but that doesn't mean anything when it's what is being practiced and the courts won't take your case. I mean, it's not like Massachusetts is concerned with the Constitution. Now, should this guy have been rude to the cops? Probably not, especially if you are involved in a self-defense shooting. We have covered many stories in which someone was less than perfectly polite to law enforcement and then ended up having a really, really bad day, or week, or year, or rest of their life. If you want to come out of these things happy on the other side, being a jerk usually is not the best idea. That being said, this is a free country, and that is his freedom of speech, and legally, constitutionally speaking, is no reason to revoke his permit. They have absolutely zero standing here if he is not being charged with a crime. I hope that this guy has better luck than some of the cases I've seen in Massachusetts and is able to sue for his rights back. The NRA has randomly come out of hiding to back him, and of course, they're using it as a membership and donation drive for their organization, so hopefully they'll be putting some of those dollars towards helping him instead of just buying Wayne some new suits. I mean, really, how many suits does one guy need? And I mean, I would imagine that even the Bahamas get boring after the 20th or 30th or 40th time you go there on the company dime, but I mean, I've never been. What do I know? Either way, the NRA will gladly take your donations and lifetime memberships. And maybe do some good about once every 5 years. Or so. Give or take. We'll see. That's it for this one, guys. I will follow it and let you know if any new details come out. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.